The United States took it on the chin again last week when another Japanese official painted the American worker as lazy and stupid. Remarks like this sting even more because of the state the nation is in today. The country has had its problems in the past few years, but this American thinks it's time to speak up for the Americans as the most generous and possibly the least appreciated people in all the earth. As long as 50 years ago, when I first started to read, I read of floods on the Yalu River and the Yangtze. Who rushed in with men and money to help? The Americans did. We have helped control floods on the Nile, the Amazon, the Ganges, and the Niger. America itself has had many flood disasters, and no foreign land has ever sent a dollar to help. Germany, Japan, and to a lesser extent, Britain and Italy were lifted out of the debris of war by Americans who poured in billions of dollars and forgave other billions in debts. None of those countries is today even paying the interest on its remaining debts to the United States. When the franc was in danger of collapsing in 1956, it was the Americans who propped it up, and the reward was to be insulted and swindled on the streets of Paris. When distant cities are hit by earthquakes, it is the United States of America that hurries in to help. Iran and Azerbaijan are two of the most recent examples. Last year, countless American communities were flattened by tornadoes, and nobody helped. The Marshall Plan, the Truman Policy, all pumped billions upon billions of dollars into discouraged countries. Now newspapers in those countries are writing about the decadent, war-mongering Americans. I'd like to see just one of those countries that is gloating over the erosion of the United States compete with American technology. Come on, let's hear it. Does any other country in the world have a plane to equal the Boeing jumbo jet or the F-117 stealth fighter? When the United Nations of the world are in trouble from aggression, who do they call on? They call on the Americans. When Iraq decided to flex its muscles in the Middle East, who kicked Saddam's butt out of Kuwait? The Americans did. Why does no other land on earth even consider putting a man or a woman on the moon? You talk about Japanese technocracy and you get automobiles. You talk about German technocracy and you get more automobiles. You talk about American technocracy and you get men on the moon. Not once, but several times and safely home again. You talk about scandals and we put ours right in the store window for everybody to look at. Even when the media pounds its gloom and doom rhetoric, it's the Americans who are sending millions of dollars in food and supplies to the former Soviet Union so they can survive the winter. When we get out of this bind, as we will, who could blame us if we said, the hell with the rest of the world? Let someone else guarantee the Israel loans. Let someone else build or repair foreign dams or design foreign buildings that won't shake apart in earthquakes. No one would blame us for saying it, but we won't. The world needs Americans. When the railways of France, Germany, and India were breaking down through age, it was the Americans who rebuilt them. When the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New York Central went broke, nobody loaned them an old caboose. I can name you 1,000 times when the Americans raced to other people in trouble. Can you name me even one time when someone else raced to the Americans in trouble? I don't think there was outside help even during the original San Francisco earthquake. We have faced it alone, and I'm one American who's damn tired of hearing us get kicked around. We will come out of this thing with our flag high, and when we do, we're entitled to thumb our nose at those who are gloating over our present troubles. Come on, America. Let's show the rest of the world what we're made of.